Hey everybody, back with another fitness quick tip. This morning we're at the gym, we're talking, and there is a very long discussion about milk, dairy. That conversation lasted the better part of an hour, which I just thought it was hilarious that there could be this many different opinions about like dairy products and so many big words used to describe it. And all I could think is, man, everybody's majoring in the minors. Here we are having this long thought out discussion about dairy and milk when like for most folks that's not really going to make a change in their life. It's not going to help them lose a lot more weight or help them gain more muscle or have more energy or be pain free for the most of the people. It's what I like to call majoring in the minors. Like we're reading the books, we're breaking down the research, we're doing everything on something that's such a minute part of like what actually matters. Instead, what I think we need to do is just focus on the big rocks. If we take care of the big rocks, 95 to 99% of the people will achieve their goals. And at that point, we can argue over like dairy and what type of dairy it is and the different forms. So what are those big rocks? Well, when it comes to nutrition, it's only three things that matter in nutrition. We've been over this. It's quantity of food. It's how much you eat. How much food you eat will directly impact the amount that you weigh on a scale. Don't believe me? Go talk to Weight Watchers, a multi-billion-dollar company. They don't get to be a multi-billion-dollar company without having some success with lots and lots and lots of people. And they use a simple point system where the points equal calories, and it gets people to eat less than they burn and they lose weight. Or watch any kind of Survivor show. I like Naked and Afraid, but you might like the classic Survivor or any other type of movie like where they're TV show where they're out there and they're living off bugs and plant roots. They lose a lot of weight. And I don't care what kind of like pituitary gland or hormonal this or allergy they might have had. Put them out there for 30 days eating bugs and grass and they all lose a ton of weight. So it's just quantity of food. If you want to lose weight, eat less food. Simple as that. If you're eating less food and not losing weight, eat less food for longer. Like one day doesn't work. It needs to be like a month or two. So you got to continue doing that. Number two on nutrition is quality of food. Quality of food means that even though something's 200 calories, like a Pop-Tart, that is not the same as 200 calories of, say, baked chicken. So it is, what are those calories? What those calories are determine when you lose weight, if you're losing more body fat, more muscle mass, or some sort of combination of the two. If you're eating like a real high quality of food and you're staying in a caloric deficit, a low quantity of food, when you lose weight, the vast majority of that weight will be body fat and you're going to look better. You're going to be more toned. You're going to be more firm. You're just going to look better. If you just create that deficit and you're eating Pop-Tarts and Coca-Colas, you'll lose weight, but you're going to look kind of the same. You're going to be what we call skinny fat. You lost weight, but you're not looking that good. You're still looking pretty soft, pretty weak, what have you. And the third part on nutrition is ratio of food. So that's where we argue about no carbs or only carbs and low protein or all protein and vegetarian and whatever. Ratio of food simply means how full do you feel while you're maintaining this caloric deficit. And there really isn't a perfect ratio because it depends upon how old you are. It depends on how old you are as far as going to a gym. I know 70-year-olds that haven't been going to the gym. I've been going to the gym for almost 20 years. So we're going to have different bodies, and that's going to affect our ratios and what we need. Or there could be two people, me and another guy or girl, we could both be in our 30s, but if I've been going to the gym every day for 3 times a week for 20 years and they haven't, then we're going to need different ratios. Things are going to work a little bit different. But at the end of the day, it just describes how full you are, and the only way to know what's going to work for you is to try out different ratios. The one rule is to not do no. Don't do no carbs or no protein or no fats. You can't do no. You can do lower, just don't do no. Don't villainize and eliminate an entire category of foods. That's not a good idea long term. So that's going to take care of nutrition. So big rock, and then broke it down into 3 other little rocks. For fitness, it's do progressive strength training. So I use the word strength training because I want to make sure that when you're lifting weights and doing resistance training that you understand the goal is to get stronger. Most folks struggle with strength training, resistance training, because they have other goals. They want to build muscle, they want to lose weight, they want to eliminate pain, they want to do this, they want to do that. But all those things are regulated by how strong you get pound for pound. So you want to be working on getting as strong as you can get pound for pound. So a 100-pound person does not have to be as strong as a 200-pound person. That doesn't make any sense. They're twice your size. But you can get as strong as you possibly can pound for pound. And if you do that, I promise you that you will build muscle, build bone density, lose body fat, increase flexibility, increase endurance, have a stronger heart, you name it, you're going to be there. 2 to 3 bouts a week, 2 or 3 hours a week. Each time should be about an hour. Going longer is not better. You focus on getting stronger with those 2 to 3 hours, you're going to win. It's going to work for you. It's going to take care of most things for most people. And finally, that leaves us with conditioning. I think the easiest way for most people is just to get more what's called non-exercise activity. NEAT is the acronym. That just means park a little bit further, take the stairs. If you have a dog, walk your dog. Just get more calories, more steps in throughout the day. I think that is the easiest way to take care of conditioning. As far as having, again, better blood pressure, better cholesterol, better A1C, better stroke volume, better VO2 max, better whatever describes like, hey, you got a pretty strong heart over there. Now, if you have a specific sport you want to get better at, so if that's running, biking, rowing, or actual real sports, as we like to call them, softball, flag football, volleyball, then you might need to add in some sport-specific training for that. That's called practice. So just go practice the game you'd like to practice, and you'll already get in these NEAT. You'll get in plenty of steps practicing, plus you'll get the high-intensity, skill-specific work for that. So that's about as simple as I can make it. That's what I would focus on. If you focus on that and you're consistent this time next year, I feel absolutely positive that you will reach most of your goals depending upon what they were and where you're starting. What we want to avoid, though, is majoring in the minors, arguing over dairy, arguing over this kind of milk versus that kind of milk when, we're going to wash that milk down with a brownie, so we're just missing like the big, who cares if you had almond milk versus dairy, cow milk, you were eating brownies with that. So, or you poured it over ice cream and made some sort of sundae out of it. So don't major in the minors. If you'd like our help, just come up with like a pretty solid plan that's really doable. Accounts for, the real world, real life. We're not in a test tube. We don't have, there aren't 30 participants with a scientist and we're all like just perfectly to the T. Like we have jobs, we have vacations, we have, who dat, we got Saints playoff games to be watching. Send me a message. We got a starter pack. We're taking on 10 clients between now and February 8th. Send me a message. We'll help you get started. What to do, how to do it. All you got to do is message me to claim your spot. Have a great day.